Well, good morning, George.
Yeah, hi. How you doing?
Fantastic. I'm sorry I had to leave a little early yesterday, but it looks like you had some interesting things going.
I cleaned up a little bit, put some tools away, and then I took this piston that we cut in half, and we spent a lot of time trying to get these connecting rods in the center of the motor.
Right.
And not easy prior to about 1933, because the crankcase halves were different depths, the washer counter bores were different depths, and so you got a lot of mathematics to get them in the middle. Now what we need to do is to find out, are they in the middle? So what I did, this is a piston that we had cut in half,
right,
and sawed it, so it wasn't very accurate. So what I did, I took went over to Bridgeport, took a long rod, and put it down on in the vise on 2 parallels, and faced it off perfectly accurate with this. Then I went in here and I milled this so that these are absolutely equal on both sides. And now we can take our motor and we can put our half piston in here, and then we can just simply look and see if the connecting rod is in the middle, and it is. And
wow.
we did the same thing with the other half. This is the single rod, which is the rear rod, and this one over here is and what we're looking at here is this distance between the bronze bushing and the piston, bronze bushing and the piston, and then the same over here between the piston where it's been machined and the bronze bushing. So we have a motor now with connecting rods that are in the middle.
Dead center.
Now what happens if they're not in the middle, I think we showed in a previous video, and what it was trying to do was trying to push the clip out. It almost went into the cylinder wall, not quite, but it was pushing this out. 9,600 miles it took to do that. And what had happened, I had made an earlier error way back, and these pistons were off center about 82 or 86 thousandths, which is a lot. And that will cause the twist pin to push off to one side. So anyhow, so much for that. Pistons are in the center of the motor, center of the cylinders.
Connecting rods.
Connecting rods are in the connecting rods are in the center of the pistons, also in the center of the cylinders.
So one more question before we go to the eatery for breakfast, which we do every day.
Every morning, yep.
Every morning. Are there any possible forces that are going to cause these connecting rods to move from the center? We got them in the center when this engine is, you know, dead, stopped. What might happen that might cause the connecting rods to be pushed to one side or another?
Or to bend, you might say.
Yeah, or to bend, yeah.
Nothing I know of. When you actually put a connecting rod on a big rod on the bottom and a small rod on the top and start to move them to try to bend them, you have to go so far past. They're almost like a leaf spring. They're very, very tough, rich material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the good news here is we're going to finish the Cannonball.
Well, we're trying to build a 25,000 mile bottom end. Now that may not sound like much today, but back in 1929, that would have been a tremendous achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the good news is the Cannonball will be roughly the first 4,000 of that 25.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Very cool. I think it's breakfast time.
Let's go.